Do that.
You're live.
Okay.
For real.
You told me to do that.
Okay. Hi. Welcome to the stream. I'm teaching them how to press the button.
Do that. I do it. And then she says, no. Oh, you're lying. All right.
Professional. All right. Welcome to the stream. I am Kim of Kim Fixes Things. I'm here with Buff Del Campo. This is the Buff Del Campo channel. You can find some content from me on Kim Fixes Thing, which is a different channel elsewhere on YouTube, but we work together at Buff Del Campo, or at Del Campo.
I hope they're not seeing what we're seeing.
They're surely seeing exactly what we're seeing.
Because our voice and our video's off by a lot of time.
Oh, well, there's always a delay.
Twisted Mopar Garage.
That's how it is.
Maybe you can help us here.
It's fine.
We want to know if our voices, if our audio and our video are synchronized or if they're off.
It's fine. You don't need to worry about the voices.
It's got to be right.
Anyways.
So
we are here now, live, and not in person, remotely coming to you live from Del Campo Garage Shop, Entertainment Facility, World Headquarters. We have a delay. Well, that's good.
Okay, so how do we fix that? You messed with it.
I can't fix it. It's unfixable.
I know you messed with it one time. It got better.
Does our words come through first, or does our video come through first?
God, I hate that. How do we fix this permanently?
Hey. Video, okay, we got to delay the audio. It comes through first. I can do that. No.
JB, how you doing? We're trying to fix our audio and our videos not synchronized, so we're trying to fix that right now because something happened.
Hey.
Okay, so now did it change any?
Hey. Nah. Voice is delayed. I changed it. Did it make it worse or better? It's a YouTube thing, right? They don't know how to get our stream. Before it films. Who said that? Hey! I'm talking to you about that car.
Okay, Kim.
This is Dodge turn.
You want to go on with the beginning of the stream again, or now that we're finished screwing with this?
No, I don't think there's any redemption. Close still. Okay, closest is good. We've never been all that close, so.
Well, if it's closed, it's still off. Well, maybe you set that thing. Maybe it went.
Hey, Wackard.
Okay, I really want you to pay attention to this, and you got some project going in your lap already.
Does anybody know what this is?
Piece of junk. It's delayed. They haven't seen it yet. Okay, I'll go down here. JB, how you doing? Land Custom Classics. Good evening. Twisted Mopar Garage. We said hi to you, but hi again. Let's see who else. Land Custom Classics. What are all those green things?
Laughing emojis.
Laughing emojis.
It is a fuse panner, Twisted Mopar Garage. You win.
What do you win? And Two Hacks is here. Good evening. How you doing?
You win the ability to tell everybody that you guessed correctly. This came out of a 1993 Dodge.
Mike Murphy's here.
150 pickup, full-size Dodge pickup, and we are going to repurpose it as an auxiliary fuse box for our Dart. KJ Kiley here, Mike Murphy is here, Landham Custom Classics is here, JB is... Wow!
It's a flux capacitor.
Everybody's so... Wow! Hey guys! Everybody flooded the stream all... That's right. But we need...
hey, you know what we need? You know what we need? We need the rest of the car. We need a DeLorean.
Oh, so we can travel through time so that we have enough time to
then
finish
it's like,
this stupid
no
project.
name nationals, just go, and we're there.
Yep. Probably what we need to do.
And this is a two-pronger one of these
It's a
things.
blinker. It's a
We
blinkerator.
use the three-prong ones
It might
in
be
the
an
old
emergency flasher. I don't know.
cars. We use the three-pronger ones in the old cars because the three-pronger ones have another connection to ground or
A
something.
triple donger.
So it
Can you see that on YouTube?
so you can run the LEDs, because we run LEDs in the turn signals because they're nice and bright and keep up with the cars of today. No little
He doesn't run.
little,
This is
little whale oil lamps. They're
Twisted Mopar Garage. This is not a race car, so you know, different goals. We want this to be a stable and reliable road car, and I want to add accessories. Want to easily add accessories in a way that they are fused and stable, and not just add accessories. We are going to we need to add relays, and we need to add, work with me here. Oh, I have a voltage regulator that is more precise than the factory one, but it'll only run 20 amps. So I don't want to run the headlights off of that, and I can't run the whole car off of it, but I can run all the accessories off of it, like the ECM, and this way the ECM won't cook. Because if you overcharge...
ECM? What is this?
It has an ECM. That little orange box is an ECM.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the electronic control module, it will run from 9 to 18 volts or some garbage like that. But it only really needs probably 10 volts to run properly. But if you feed it 16, say the voltage regulator is failing and it's pumping out 16 volts, it will cook that thing in short order. So this will be an extra layer of protection for our electronic devices, because, you know, when this car was new, it was simple, everything was fresh and clean, and nice tight connections, everything was working good. An extra layer of protection for our more precise modern electronics is a good thing, in my mind, for a drive and drag kind of car.
Did you see what Atlanta Custom Classics said? My Thunderbird fan took a chunk out of my arm this evening.
Oh, that sounds horrible. I'm so sorry.
Kim's taken chunks out of her before with something. What was it you did? And it was really bad.
I've chunked myself quite a few times.
You came down to the house and you were like, I was at the house, and she came down there, got her hands all wrapped in something. She goes, I'm bleeding. Look at it. And I was expecting something like stitches time, and washed it, and it wasn't that bad.
This, which thumb is it? I guess it's this thumb. I'm finally getting most of the feeling back in the tip of this thumb. It was bad. It's been several months. I whacked it so hard. And then this finger here, you could maybe see, well, let's see. Yeah, you could kind of see I drilled a hole in that finger. I mean, it was deep. It's been weeks and weeks, and it still has a scab at the center where I drilled the hole in.
So, Lana, you going to be at No Name Nationals? I know it's a long, long way for you, but I don't know if you're going to be there. Get to see the fast Thunderbirds there. There's always a couple of fast Thunderbirds.
So many people jumped in all at once. That was great. Thanks everyone for saying hello. And yeah, today we're gonna, talk and live stream, as it were. And I am going to, we got an oil filter, so I'm gonna put oil in there. I cut my thumb off with a radial arm saw. That sounds horrific.
I cut the end of this thumb off about halfway through the nail when I was probably 14 years old with an X-Acto knife, one of those ones that looks like a little triangle. Working on model cars, lopped it off. It's just hanging by a little bit, and ran downstairs. My mother's going, "Be quiet, we can't hear the TV," because I came down the stairs so fast. my father came out in the kitchen. I said, "Oh, I cut myself." I was out in the kitchen. My father came out there. My father was a real calm guy of few words. And my mother's going, "How bad is it?" And he goes, "Oh, it looks like the boy cut his thumb off." About that fast. My mother came out there. She just turned white. But they took me to the hospital, to emergency room, and they put 3 stitches in it, and it grew back on. It's amazing.
Were they able to reattach it?
They were able to reattach.
Always keep a fire extinguisher in the car. I have one in the van. We got to remember to grab the fire extinguisher.
Yeah, because the fire extinguisher in the house, when you used it, it did nothing.
Yeah, the kitchen fire extinguisher. I tried to use it on the barbecue grill 3 nights ago, and that was not very successful. It just kind of, it barely even puffed. It just was like, nah.
He was probably only, 25 years out of
Yeah,
date?
I think it's out of date. So we need to get a new one of those, you know?
You know, my favorite fire extinguishers are the big, hefty CO2 fire extinguishers. They're kind of expensive. Man, they don't make a mess, and they'll blow a fire out in a split second. JB says, "I love wiring. I rewired my entire truck," which I sent pics earlier, along with the pics of the Toyota Hilux we were chatting about last night.
We didn't get to look
We
through
did.
pictures
I did
today.
look at them. I didn't see them. What? Sent them to. I wonder where he sent them. Because I did not see
Something
anything
went
with the
wrong.
Hilux.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing I had there was wasn't from you. Let's see. I'm going to put my email here again. Something went awry. Unless you just sent them. John Wilburn.
Great electrical contact.
When I was 18, my left hand got crushed behind a U-Haul in a moving accident. The middle finger was shattered. Oh, man. They stuck a pin in it. Told, don't let it get infected and you'll keep it. Wow. Oh, okay, 3 hours ago. You know what? It's probably over 3 hours ago that I checked it. So, because I checked it, like midday today, downloading pictures, and I don't know. I guess I missed it. And I can't check it here, so I'll check it when I get over the house. Shaquille, how you doing? Good evening.
Sprayed some brake cleaner through it. You don't want detergent on electrical contacts.
Don't want deter. Oh, I can smell it. Johnny
Go
Cash. Johnny Cash needs to be dealt with.
Yeah, John, can you get rid of Mr. Johnny?
Cash, yeah.
Just get rid of him. We don't need that.
Have Cash.
Maybe he's
Cash
just being
out.
funny, but he can come back with a different profile and be respectful.
John Wilburn's not paying attention. I'll take care of it.
Yeah, just click on him.
Okay.
Shaquille Shaka is here.
Yep. So good evening.
Welcome. John Wilburn, thank you for stopping in. I'm sure you're busy as busy can be tonight. All week. Long?
What's up? You're spraying stuff around, you don't have any glasses on? Or do you spray while you still have your glasses on?
I have my
don't know.
glasses on.
I'm not paying attention to you. I'm looking at the chat. Bozo's up here.
Sorry.
already had. Hey, you know what? We have no fear now.
Hey, have no fear, the Duckster's here. Duckster's Wolverine Garage, welcome to the stream. Let's see. Blue.
Johnny Cash, 2 deletes. Now he says, sorry, Buff, I'll be good. So, Yeah. We'll see how it goes. And Kim's over there. She just went. A lot of you already in here quickly, but people just came in. Kim was just outside in one of the old piece of junk trucks we have and pulled the fuse box out of it. She's going to use that fuse box because I guess she really needs a better fuse box for the Dart. So
auxiliary fuse box. There's no more spots.
This is something I wasn't aware of. We bought an oil filter today. We went to Walmart, tried to buy something good. The only thing they had was, what are those orange things?
Fram. But we bought the better
but
one.
we bought the good Fram.
The good Fram. I'm sure there's people
the more
who would
expensive Fram, not the cheap Fram.
There's no
so I don't know.
thing.
Maybe there's something better about it. I'm sure it'll filter the oil for a while.
I mean, the fact is, it'll be new, and that's.
Well, yeah, it won't be all full of old oil. It's got full of gasoline and everything. So
that's good. And we're working on some wire.
Yep, Fram. You're right, Fram.
Well,
yeah, Fram. I know. Yeah, we went there and I said PH8A. I said, okay, so what's that? And they had Mopar filters there, but they didn't have the equivalent of the PH8A, which is probably the most common filter there is. And what else they have? They had STP filters. They did not have one. They had Mobile One filters. Did not have one. So then we bought the expensive Fram. So, I guess you get what you get. Twisted Mopar Garage. I've used lots of Fram filters. FL1A Motorcraft. Yeah, there weren't any. We were at Walmart, and they had this big wall full of filters, like all these different brands. And no PH8A equivalents other than Frams.
Yeah, they didn't even have the expensive Mopar ones. So.
Yeah, the Mopar one's probably what we were going to get. But we weren't going to run all over town looking.
I'm not worried. I ain't so proud. It's fine.
There's a good Fram. I went Wicks and never looked back. And I used to run Fram for years until I got educated. Napa Gold. Yeah, Napa Gold. It's just, we were in Walmart. We had something else we needed to do. And there we are, so we're going to go buy a filter. And they have all those different brands. So we did not plan on buying a Fram. It's just...
There it was.
What we ended up with.
That's how they get you.
Okay, Johnny Cash says he's got to get ready for bed. Take care. Good night.
Okay, good night. Thanks for making rude comments. Keep coming.
Napa Gold is no longer made by Wiz.
Wicks.
I think he means Wicks. We don't have any Wiz filters. Better filter by Wiz. Man, that'd be a good name, isn't it? So Napa Gold's no longer made by Wicks. I didn't know that. It's a box name like a lot of others. You know, they had a real good name, and now I hear that. Wonderful.
Yeah, it figures.
The ones I can always count on are the AMSOIL filters, but out in Arizona, I had an AMSOIL dealer that I knew real well. He actually had a stock inventory at a shed by his house. Well stocked. It wasn't a shed. It was like a small mobile home. And so I could always get anything that was AMSOIL. But I don't have that luxury here. So a lot of times I get that there's two lines of STP. I'll get the higher quality STP. That wasn't available. I can't believe it because the PH8A, that size, fits almost everything, and they didn't have them. Mopar filters are good. Usually have them at Walmart. Yeah, they had Mopar filters there, just not the equivalent. They had a spot for it, big old empty slot. So they sold them all out. They had not replenished them. Looks all the way for me back up his motorcraft in a pinch. Yeah, 2 hacks. I don't know. It was already late in the afternoon. It was raining, and we weren't going to run all over the place. So
Could have, but
guess we could have.
The filter will be fine. I'm pretty sure we'll be okay.
Well, the important thing is it's a clean filter.
It's a clean filter.
And it's not the cheapest Fram, so
Yeah, it's
not too worried about it.
They made money. That's what counts. Let's think, how are they gonna get by, right?
Whoa, Fram?
Yeah.
By
Who's thinking of their needs?
Putting fewer pleats in and making metal parts out of cardboard.
Who's thinking about their kids need to go to college? Let's not be so selfish as to judge which ones are objectively better when we could just buy based on their name.
It's a Mopar. We should put Mopar.
Yeah, but who owns the Mopar brand now?
Yeah, who knows? I don't know.
Somebody.
Yeah, what's Mopar? Is
probably
that
pays to license their filters as Mopar, and
Mopar?
they're
Is
probably
that
not even the same thing as what goes on a car.
is Mopar Stellantis? I don't know.
I don't know.
K&N, what I usually run on a race car with alcohol, but I have run basically all of them. Never seen any different. That's Twisted Mopar Garage.
We've talked about, like, what kind of oil did they put in these cars when they were new? Like, compared to what we're putting in it now, we're better, aren't we? Better than what it was in the 60s?
Imagine the oil in 1966 compared to what we have now.
They just pumped it right out of the ground with the dirt and everything in it and put it in the cars. They're like, that'll work. When it all leaked out, you put more in.
2 hacks. No filter on the dragster bypass canister.
Bypass canister? Yeah, but you change the oil every event, probably, right?
Every event, probably every run.
Maybe not every run, but
What do you
every
expect
event.
that? What is that? That's set up for 8th mile, I assume. Maybe it's set up for quarter mile. You're just gonna run at the 8th mile. That's quite a dragster you built there. If anybody hasn't seen it, it's in here. Go into 2 Hacks Garage, into his channel, and look at some of the videos of him putting together a what do you call it? Well, it's a front engine dragster. So older style dragster. It's pretty cool.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's new. Pretty nice.
Pretty amazing.
With some Purilator, same as Mopar, by the way. This is Mopar changed 2 times a year. Fram wasn't bad when they were aligned with Autolite. And I remember Fram was just, I don't know, they were around forever. And now it's just like, you went to Walmart, this whole wall full of them. That's in the Fram versus Wix comparison. The Wix had 6 feet more pleated material. Yeah, I saw them stretch one out, and the Wix, or the Fram didn't go very far.
Man.
Yeah, and steel caps instead of cardboard. Yeah, Fram was, Fram had heavy cardboard caps and a stamped steel spring. Wix had actual steel coil spring. Yeah, I know, they were pretty
Trash. Huh?
pretty cheapy looking things.
That sucks.
After I watched that, I thought, I'm not even going to use these for a new engine that I'm going to just change a filter after an hour. Oh, John Wilburn put up a link to 2 hacks. 430 gears can run 1/8 and quarter. Motor is good to 8,000 RPM. Whoa! And you got your legs hanging right over that pumpkin.
That's crazy.
You got your legs hanging right over that. Oh.
Y'all's crazy.
Kim's getting out the soldering stuff.
It's time to solder.
Solder, for all you
Soldering.
English speaking from somewhere in the U.S.
Ow.
Tim.
Stuff.
Tim, how you doing? Growing up in PA, we use Pennzoil, local in Oil City, PA. First oil in the U.S. I have been there. I remember that old Pennzoil, like from the 60s, 70s. That stuff was paraffin based, I think.
Ooh, that sounds bad.
But now it's all different.
Paraffin oil.
Some people window the block. Jeff will window himself. Oh, man. Hey, John, did you get the radiator put in that van? Are you good to go there? I saw that thing. That was split right open. It's too bad it in brass and copper. I could fix it. But I guess just didn't like that anymore. I try to get brass copper parts. They're available, but man, everything is so expensive. Yeah, Quaker Steak, same thing. It was a... Man, you remember, if you were in Western Pennsylvania, there was those restaurants, Quaker Steak, not steak, Quaker Steak and Lube. They had the Quaker Steak oil can as their logo. And those are good restaurants. You ever been in those, Kim?
Yeah.
Oh, something smells hot. Oh, that would be the soldering station. For those of you haven't seen this before, pretty nice little soldering station. It's a Chinese clone of something like the Weller soldering stations. So it was cheap, but it sure works better than all the little pens and all the stupid things I had. Yeah, Quaker Steak and Lube. I finished the complete rear... Oh, let's see, where are we? No, I'm bringing the Assault CRV again. Oh, no, I went to put a brass radiator in the van. I had to do some other stuff while I'm at it. Oh, you got a brass radiator. Well, cool. The CRV. One night, John and I were both at, should I even tell this story? John and I were both at Uncle Tony's doing a live, and what's her name? Uncle Crystal. His daughter-in-law was there, and she backed into John's CRV. Didn't do much damage to it. Let's see here. We had way too many cars in the driveway. That's what the problem was. I finished the complete rear brake rebuild on Black Betty, my '07 Ram 1500. Knew everything: pads, discs, calipers, brake hoses, painted everything a nice shade of blue too. Well, cool. Truck stops.
Oh,
Minty.
stopping is good.
I need to get one of those. My soldering iron quit last week. You know, there's a guy that I watch, YouTube channel. It's kind of a CB radio guy. What is his name, Kim? Not 390, the other guy. The guy that's right over here in the hills of North Carolina.
Sorry, I couldn't tell you.
Oh, I should know it. I should know it.
Should know.
Farpoint Farms. And Farpoint Farms, he gets a lot of free stuff, you know, like a lot of YouTubers do. But he shows it all off, and he'll talk it up or he'll tell you the truth about it. And this soldering station is one he got, and I thought, man, I want that. And I got one. I have not been unhappy. And I don't think this one's available anymore. It was on, I got mine on Amazon. My soldering iron quit last week. Ooh. You know, I've had all these different soldering pens and everything. When I was a kid, I got a Weller soldering gun, one that looks like a pistol. I still have that, but it's kind of big and clunky, and it still works, but it's not a nice little pen where you can get into things. This is a pretty nice tool. You can set the temperature. Kim's got it really cranked up here. Kim, what are we doing? Oh, you got this fingers thing out. Magic hands, whatever it's called. The thing that has all the little roach clips. What do you call them? I'm gonna point the camera. Oh, maybe they can see it. Oh, they can see it. It's right over here. This thing's got these alligator clamps, clips, whatever you call them, and it holds the wires while she's soldering.
When I don't care about them, the
Well-
stupid things are everywhere. But when I'm looking for them, I can't find a piece of heat shrink. I don't know where it all went. I can't find a single piece of heat shrink. And it was lousy.
Oh, there was tons of it over there. I know it's there.
It's in the solder station.
Okay, KJ Kylie, Kim, did you do anything more on the Dart breather setup?
Yeah, we finished it
It's
last
finished.
night.
She finished it last night late, and you also did a video on it. A video that's probably not up yet.
I recorded it, but I didn't.
It's not up yet.
Look at it. We were busy today. We had to go out.
Yeah. Down in Carolina, way back in the hills, with my old pappy as still. Oh, I remember that song. Oops, I'm late. Tavo. Well, you know,
You didn't miss nothing yet, Tavo.
well, we're just talking about
Just getting
soldering and dumb stuff, and I don't know.
We're just getting started.
Kim's over here.
I got so much to do.
Kim went and robbed a fuse box out of what I would consider a late model truck. It's
And
what,
then
a
show them this thing.
1990.
We're going to run all our accessories off of this puppy.
What is a puppy?
And that's going to give us, what it is it's a voltage stabilizer.
It's a DC truck. That sounds
And what it'll do is it'll take
DC.
9 to 18 volts and it'll stabilize it to 12 volts. And so it'll use more amps if it's low, and it'll burn off some heat if it's high. Or switching, I don't know how it does it exactly. I just know that it does. And then we will use that for our like cigarette lighter accessories and our orange box computer. But then we're gonna run our headlights and our ignition coil. We'll run those off of the factory Mopar style stuff, and that will give us layers of protection for our delicate stuff. That's the plan, at least.
JB says, thinking about a Mopar for my next project, a 1994 through 01 Ram 1500 long bed. I think we have one of those. Needs an engine. I saw one in the junkyard that someone put a 60s Utiline, I don't know how to pronounce it, Utiline, step-side bed on it. It looks so good to me. One we have is a long bed, just a...
We have a long bed and a short bed.
Yeah, but
we have a 94.
The one that's the white one that needs an engine.
Yeah.
The other one I think you're going to keep, aren't you? Cause
I don't know. If you want to buy it, I'll give you a really good deal on it.
It's only in Texas.
Oh, you don't want to go from Texas. There's better trucks in Texas.
In Texas, that's right.
Better trucks in Texas. There's no question.
I got two involved making this Cabo. I got two involved making fuel line brackets or fuel tank brackets for my chipper. Lost track of time. Oh, I do that. Lost track of time, that is.
You didn't miss a thing. We're still here working.
JB, get the 360 if possible. More cubes, but 318s are great engine too.
Whichever you can get the computer for. Just run whatever the computer is for it, so that it can match with the factory stuff. It'll be a lot easier to set up. You know?
Jeb Yoder, good evening.
Because you can get really good response. The other thing is, okay. The big cost expense. Let me answer this question. The big cost expense that I have found is the transmission. 318 is internally balanced rotating assembly, and a 360 is externally balanced. So when you're mating the engine to the flywheel or the engine to the torque converter, there will or will not be a balance weight on your torque converter, and it's very important. And if you have the wrong thing, it is expensive to try and retrofit. So match what you have, match your transmission to your engine.
I'm going to crank this up a little.
Yes, please. That's
Get it up to around that. Okay.
that is my suggestion to you. Is just make sure you've got the right transmission and engine combination.
Jeb Yoder says, when you putting the 440 in? We don't have a 4. Who are you talking to? We don't have a 440.
We have a 360 and a 318.
My truck is getting a 413 for now. Later I'll build a nasty 440 for a shop truck. That's Dougster. JB,
Oh, nice, Dougster.
JB says, oddly, the long bed 1500s here go for more than short beds.
The long beds go for more. The short beds are desirable here because they're more sporty.
You know, short beds might be sporty, but they're just not as useful. First time you go to put a sheet of plywood in, you wish you don't have them. But, I don't know, people don't do that with their short bed trucks.
The people who want to pay the money don't care about plywood.
I guess. Dizzy Izzy, good evening, how you doing? The worst thing about these old cars is you change one thing, you got to change 5 other things to get that one thing done.
That's can be trouble. Yep.
So Kim's over here changing something. Last minute, she's putting a new fuse box and a DC-DC converter in. I think she's planning on using that as a regulator.
So I don't burn up my electronics.
Yeah, because it's just running like 14.5 volts, which is too much. And it's old regulator.
No, the regulator's new, and you can't get one that works properly.
Oh, you can't get one that works. Isn't that the way it is?
It's set up for solar battery. We'll burn up the battery and you burn up all the electronics with that stupid thing.
Great advice, Kim. My job is to do salvage yard inventories all over Central Texas, as well as parts locating, so I was aware of the differences, but always good to know. Wait a minute, your job is to do salvage yard inventories. You know what? Central Texas and then over toward Abilene, over that way. Man, every time I drive through there, like on I-20, there are cars all on the sides of the interstate for sale. And they all look, not all, a lot of them look pretty good. But when I go through there, I'm always in a hurry. I'm trying to get somewhere. You know, I'm just no time to stop and peruse through the cars alongside the road that appear to be for sale. And, man, there's always so much good-looking stuff along there. I don't know if you're aware of that area around, I think, Abilene, that area. Lots of vehicles along the road.
I think maybe
You're over in the hill country, though, I think.
Too small a shrink wrap. Shit.
Too small a shrink wrap. You already got it together and got small shrink wrap. I've done that.
Oh, well.
And you can't get it to fit.
I'm just putting tape on it.
Oh, don't. But just take it apart. Do it right. You got time. Dougster, tomorrow, my friend Alex and I are taking a no-name national test run. We're driving about an hour one way just to see how everything is. Well, don't wear your vehicle out. You'll take 1 hour out of it that you're going to need.
Don't tell him that. You'll do great.
Sorting. We did that the first time. We were so confident.
If you're going to drive an hour, do not drive an hour in directly one direction. Drive an hour in a circle around your house.
We were so confident in ourselves. We both got in the same Dodge Dart and drove about, 3 miles and got stuck.
Yeah.
Far enough I didn't want to walk. And somebody gave me a ride.
It worked out.
And then we figured out what happened. You ran out of gas. Dougster says, me with my trailer and Betty fully loaded and Alex in his car. Yeah.
You'll do great. Make sure you're recording. Because if it goes good, it's content. If it goes bad, it's better content. So yeah, when something goes wrong, people love that. That's the most interesting thing for people.
What do they say? Poor decisions make great stories. The Vagrant has only 3 fuses in a 5 fuse block. The other 2 are empty. That's similar to this Dart. It doesn't have many fuses, does it?
It has, yes.
It's like 3 or 4.
I think it has.
Didn't have many.
I think it has 6 slots at the most, and only 5 of them got fuses or
So now you're going to have a lot of slots.
less. Yeah, but we're just gonna divide things up. They just did whatever was cheapest from the factory, you know?
Dizzy Izzy sure would be nice, or sure be nice to see you folks again and most everyone else. Hey, man, you don't have your Dizzy Izzy shirt on. So many nights she's working up here.
It's on the floor of my bedroom.
She's got a Dizzy Izzy shirt on. Oh, it's time to run it through the washer again.
I'm gonna go rob some more wire. I didn't do the official intro tonight.
No, you didn't. You kind of skipped over the intro.
I told them who we were.
Barely.
Then I got to work.
Did you?
Here, we can turn this way down.
Are you?
I need a couple
Are you
minutes.
cold?
No.
Gonna make a refrigerator out of this place. Okay, let's see. Alcohol, because no awesome
I could make
story starts with someone.
Don't make it gotta
eating a
be
salad.
alcoholic. I had good stories that didn't start with alcohol. I've had some really good stories that didn't start with alcohol. Whoa. But they start with other stuff. Alright, I'm going before I get myself in trouble talking about stories I'm not allowed to talk about. I just need a piece of primary wire.
A piece of primary wire. Where are you going with that?
I'm gonna rob it off of the
Oh,
big blue truck.
you're just stealing wire. You're not
Yeah.
taking primary wire out there.
No,
You're bringing it back in here. Okay. Going out there. Which truck you stealing it from?
The blue truck.
The blue truck. That's the one that has the it's so bad that it fell down on the frame.
Yeah, the rusty one that's not salvageable. We would never.
Not salvageable.
We would never.
That's when Rick from RC Industries was here, and she gave him a shove, and he went down behind the shop and around the corner. It's downhill all the way, and he pulled into where we wanted it. He's driving it, and the column's all loose and flopping around, and when he turns it, he goes, the whole column turns. The gear shift was going around like this. The whole column turned. He thought that was so funny. This Hot Rod Shop is going to start making my stickers and tees. Well, you had kind of an interesting t-shirt because they all looked like they were handwritten. It was pretty cool, I thought. She has a light blue one with black Dizzy Izzy on it. She wears it often in the shop. I know that. She might have more than one. That might be why I think she always has it on. She might have more than one. Tony. Is that the guy that's in... Is he in Arizona? I think. If he's the one in Arizona, I've got to get a hold of him too. And we're going to have stuff made for next year. This year, we're really living on a shoestring this year, but we'll be doing better by next year. Because this year, a lot of stuff happened, and part of it's just coming down from a good job to learn to be retired, you know. So then I got behind. I wanted to get some of those little wristbands, like can't think of his name. Yeah, Tony's Hot Rod. Okay, yeah, I've got his contact information written down. By drawing on back, can make them for others, no charge. Well, see, I like those little wristband things that Levi had last year. And he kind of tricked me into wearing them. I didn't see him. Somebody was handing them out. And as we were coming in and we were checking in at the front gate, somebody handed me that band, and I put it on my arm. I just thought it was part of checking in. Like, hours later, I'm looking at it. I go, wait a minute, this is Levi's backyard garage or whatever. Why do I have this on my arm? So I just left it there for the whole event, and I thought it was kind of funny. And so I kind of want to get some of those, just because it was a pretty silly thing. I could stand there at the gate and give them to people like they're supposed to wear them. Any car. Yeah, see, Tony's Hot Rod Garage. Is he coming here? Or coming here? Coming to No Name this year? Man, Kim, it's actually cooling off in here. She's got that air conditioner rolling, man. But she's moving around a lot, so she's hot. She's hot anyway. She's she came in here and she's all sweating. I thought it was raining outside. She's out there digging through cars. Okay, so he'll be there. Good. I'll contact him when I'm there. Here comes Kim. The mosquitoes are coming.
It's warm. Hey.
Well, you're running around. You're all hot, sweaty. I'm sitting here. I'm kind of cold. What are you doing? Oh, I thought I turned it down enough. I guess I didn't.
You did. You're fine. Okay. Yeah. Done.
Mosquitoes.
Not mosquitoes, just skaters.
Skeeters?
Skaters. Like gators. They're not
Gator.
low gators, they're gators.
Gators. There's a whole lot of difference between a gator and a skeeter.
Really?
I'll take a bite from a mosquito before I'll take a bite from an alligator.
Yeah, but can an alligator give you Zika virus? No.
But if I'm gonna eat some good meat, it's gonna be from the alligator.
You'd rather have gator meat than mosquito
Man, I
meat?
think we still have some alligator meat in the freezer, don't we?
Which weighs more, a pound of alligator or a pound of mosquito?
Oh, I don't want to even think about eating a pound of mosquitoes. Ah. I think we have alligator meat in there still.
Alligator meat? I
In
know
the
we have
freezer.
rabbit in there.
I know there's a rabbit in there. Slant Daily Garage. What's up, suckers? Hey,
Professor
we're gonna
P.
see you in a few days. Yeah, Professor P. Kim
Looking
says.
forward to seeing ya. Woohoo! We will have a slant. It will not be the fast slant.
We will not have the fastest slant, but I bet we have the slant with the most blow-by. We can brag about that.
With the fanciest, most original catch cam.
And she's got a catch can on there that'll keep any blow-by goo from dripping on the track. She made it last night. Came out pretty good.
And, did you, oh, you didn't see. I meant to tell you earlier. I don't know, this is a distraction from what's happening, but, Nivlac, they're not coming to No Name National.
What?
They said they can't. They had
Oh, what
issues.
happened?
I didn't see what happened. I just saw the message that they
Oh,
weren't going to be able to
man.
make it. So
That's
they
I
had some kind of problem.
always look forward
Maybe
to seeing
somebody
them.
knows. I don't know if they announced what it was.
Yeah,
It wasn't a secret because I saw it on some kind of public comment that he made. I don't know. I didn't even know who it was. I think it was from the Nivlac account. So is that Calvin or is that his dad? I don't remember.
Yeah, it's Andrew or Calvin. Okay, let's see. Catch up here. Olive's here. Hello, good evening. Dougster says if you eat more garlic, the mosquitoes won't like you. It
I
works.
eat a lot of garlic.
I eat garlic. Well, that's a good thing. She likes garlic and I like garlic, so we don't drive each other out of the house. But man, we get chewed up by
The
mosquitoes.
problem with that, right, is that no, that's not true. The mosquitoes are hungry; they will bite you. They don't care about your garlic.
Yeah, I have alligator tail here. There's one place I can get it in town here. But
Frozen.
It's frozen. It's a little pricey, but not as pricey as other places I've been. But it's not like going way down south. You know, like down by the Gulf.
It's an interesting treat, but I don't see how it will ever become a meal staple for us because it's just
Yeah, because it's kind of expensive.
yeah.
Yeah, and
And
alligators.
it's not that great. Like
Oh, I love it, but yeah, it's not. Yeah, I guess
just food.
it's just food.
If you maybe I don't know, maybe if it was cooked different, but I don't think it's cooked bad. It just I don't know. I think too maybe if you grew up with it.
Okay, Izzy has an interesting comment there about skeeters. I'm not going to read it.
Okay.
But people can read it if they want. It's not that bad.
Stupid wiring.
How can wiring be stupid?
It's pretty stupid.
Can it be intelligent?
Well, it could be smarter than this, I think. Oh.
for those of you who are recently in the chat, Kim's over there with a new fuse box and a DC-DC converter, and she's setting up something for the Dart so it charges at the right voltage, because the new voltage regulators, they take 14.5 volts or something. And she's adding more fuses for some things that she'll have more places for fuses for things she wants or something. It's pretty good. I'm not always wanting it. Oh, is that the alligator? Works for me. Skeeter land. Okay. Yeah, mosquitoes are pretty bad. So let's see. Slant Daily. What's going on with you? What's going on? You didn't say much.
Maybe he's just stopping in to say
Or maybe
hello.
he's just stopping in to say hello.
He's probably busy too, and he's got kids at home. Just imagine how busy
I
he is trying to get
really
ready.
want to, Professor P, I really want to talk to you when I get there sometime during the weekend about the races that are the land speed record races that are 2 weeks after the No Name Nationals. And they're pretty close to you, and I think I'm going to go. They're a little further for me, but not that much, and Kim might go with me. But at least go there and see what's going on. And, man, I was looking at your Dodge Dart thinking I'd build like a nose for that thing to make the air fly around it so you go really fast.
The man is busy. You cannot...
Well, see, we got a 66 Dart here, so I could build a nose here and then just go make it so it attaches.
Don't offer to do that. When do you have time for
When do
that?
I have to? I'm just thinking about this. You know how fun that would be? See that Dodge Dart of his go 200 miles an hour? You know who really needs to do it is Dallas, because he's got a car that's...
He's busy too.
It's got the shape to go that fast. Well, he's talked about it a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm dreaming about going fast.
It's fun to dream. It's fun.
Let's see. Yeah, I know. I got a big project after No Name Nationals. We're
Yeah.
going to build an aluminum car here. Okay. JB, head Gator, not bad, but not something I'd have all the time. Yeah, it's good because it's pricey. Yeah, I've had alligator on occasion, probably when I was in Florida. That's all. I had it in very, very southern part of Alabama, right on the coast, in a restaurant there, but they heavily bread it, which is not good for me because it's got a lot of carbs. It's just fried, breaded, it's okay. But it didn't taste much different than any other meat. But when I cook it, it definitely... People say it tastes like chicken. No, it's somewhere between chicken and seafood. I don't know. Dougster says the English plane, the Mosquito, was the only aircraft that was nimble enough to dodge the huge guns of the Bismarck. They are credited with helping disable the Bismarck, but Germany scuttled it. Tava, one mower and one chipper done. Just the ancient ride on to finish. Then I might turn my attention back to cars. Yeah, good. Turn your attention to cars. I thought it was swordfish. I thought it was swordfish that hit Bismarck.
Okay, airplane guy, you tell him. Which was it?
I'm an airplane guy. I did that whole P-51 project, and I was really wrapping that up and getting to the point where it was in production, and I'm not really much of a warbirds guy. It was a very interesting project. Like any airplane project, it's fun. But I went on from that to the UAVs, and I was really happy to do that because the UAVs are, it's cutting edge technology, not trying to make something else.
Stuff.
Yeah, a replica of a World War II fighter, Yeah, I went to the boss and said, I'd like to move on to this project. He goes, it's yours if you want it. Yeah, that's all he had to say. I was on to the UAV thing. Swordfish for those big carrier biplanes, the torpedoes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what they scuttled it or something. That's what Dougster says. 392. That's a Chrysler number. That's what her soldering station set to, but I'm sure she'll crank it up when it's ready to solder.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what you're doing?
Not really.
Don't know what you're doing. Okay, Duxter says, no, Mosquito carrying a lone torpedo was successful in disabling the tiller. And he was, oh, and then it was cruising in circles. Yeah, that would be bad.
Sitting duck. You got quiet. What's wrong?
Would have to check that out. Always heard that story about the swordfish. Guy hanging over the side practically to see the wave tops. Yeah, I don't know. One-eyed cat. Good evening. How you doing? Kim just walked away. She's on a major soldering project here. We're putting up.
Oh, One-Eyed Cat is here.
That's right.
As long as you approve, Mr. One-Eyed Cat, we have a sticker, and we will apply your sticker to our car. What do you think?
Oh, we don't have that camera set up, but we can kind of.
I can set that camera up. This is a worthy.
Okay, so we'll do that. We did not. We applied stickers to that car.
Couple.
But you'd already left, so we didn't want to put the one-eyed cat one up there while you weren't here. So Kim waited.
He'll be in here. He'll be here.
He'll be here, and then we'll put it on. I kill mosquitoes with gum out and a pick lighter. Woof.
Yeah, that would do it.
You might take your eyebrows off.
That's okay. As long as the mosquito.
As long as the mosquito's gone.
As long as the mosquito dies.
One-eyed cat says it would be an honor. She's trying to get her camera set up. Was it last night? Last night we were on for a long time. We had a second camera set up and split screen and all that kind of thing. So we'll be back to that.
I guess we need to plug this in.
To where?
Power.
Power? Oh, you got it. Cyber power. Is that like a cyber truck?
It is like a Cybertruck. It's exactly the kind of
We
power it is.
Have an ups here. It says cyber power on it. I think it might be more reliable than the cyber truck.
Okay. Go ahead and switch it to the other scene. See if that fixes it.
Switch it to the scene.
Come on.
I can't get it over. You got to come way up here to get it over. Then you're over. There we are. We have split screen.
Yeah.
I got busy editing video. Man, it takes time. Oh, man. I have edited videos before. That. I think it's going to take me 20 minutes. It'll take me 8 hours. It's like, you know, I'll start in the evening. It's getting light out. It's like, whoa. Kim, what's going on? Your focus.
It's okay now.
Yeah. Okay, now.
Okay. Go.
Where's it going to be? Just north of RC Industry or
What
somewhere?
do you think? Should I put it above or beside the AHRA? Does anybody...
We'll ask Kim. Above RC Industry or next to AHRA? My cat, does you happen to have any 14-inch used drag slicks? Oh, that's right. You needed some tires.
We do not.
No, I know
Dizzy.
he lost his deal on his tires. I saw that.
I'm putting it right here.
No answer, so you're putting it there.
Well, it wasn't because there's no answer. It's just because I think it's a good place for it.
JB wants to, what programs do we use for video editing? Kim, that's crooked.
Is it crooked or is it just the camera? Let me see. Now,
Is it stuck down already?
right.
You already stuck it?
Correct.
Oh, it's down then. Well, we'll just put them all a little bit crooked one way or another.
Well, it's the thing of it is it's the camera that makes it
The
look
camera
crooked.
makes it look that
Yeah,
way.
you can go back. There you go. You have tramp stamped us. All right, I'm turning this off. You can go back to the.
I can go back to my other.
Yeah.
Got off the geez. Now he says I go to exit Dallas, please. Too late. She jumped a gun. Are you gonna have everybody autograph this car?
No.
Nope, this car is, the paint's too good. The van got autographed all over the place. Oh, Shane lost connection. But he's back.
Hey, welcome back, sucker.
So you didn't hear that big old spiel about everything that I wanted to do that's like probably not a good idea. Because I don't have any time.
Or money.
You know, even so, if we're going to be there, it'd be nice if, you know, we'll probably be to that Land Speed Record, you know, the East Coast Timing Association, ECTA, at, you know, in Arkansas. It's not too far from where you live, Shane, and it's 2 weeks after No Name Nationals, and I'll probably be there, and Kim will also probably be there. But it'd be kind of fun if you were there. And we got to see what it'd take to run. Have people sign inside the trunk lid.
Oh, I saw somebody doing that. Yeah. They were doing that on Stone Soup.
On Stone Soup.
Yep.
That's a rough looking vehicle.
Oh man! Every time you see it, you notice it's more rough than you thought it was.
Okay, so Shane says he wants to go. You know, what I was thinking about was just being there for, it's a 3-day event. I was thinking about being there for 1 day. And if you were there the same day, I'm sure it'd be interesting to observe that thing together, and you'd see things that I wouldn't see, and understand things that I wouldn't understand, and maybe I, you know, maybe I would too. I don't know. And then Junk Car Willie will be there because he's their official videographer, and I'd really like this. I don't know, I've always been interested in that kind of thing. Just run flat out for 1.25 miles, you know. Kind of interesting. And the guy I'd really like to see there is Dallas, because he's got that nice slippery car. Just needs different gears, I think. So maybe, Shane, maybe I've got your email. I could get a hold of you on email and coordinate if we wanted to be there same day or not. I don't know how long we're going to be there. We might be there.
Some of it depends on how successful our trip to Sykeston is, because
we're coming right off a trip to Sykeston.
Money
and then we're going to go into another project, which we already have plans for. But it's something I've always wanted to do. So, you know, it's like, what am I going to, how many more years am I going to wait, you know?
Yep, we don't want to miss it, but also got to be practical to some degree.
Izzy, I got Stone Soup, grill, Plymouth badge, and shocks for all 4 corners. Slam Daily says, okay. Yeah, Shane, I'll just, yeah, we can email that, figure it out, coordinate. You didn't put shrink.
Thanks for noticing.
You didn't want shrink?
No, I just forgot. Cut a piece and everything. I just didn't put it on.
Cut a piece of shrink and then didn't put it on.
Shh.
Here, you want me to help you with that?
I got it now. Thank you.
What you do is you lift this up.
You're just making it worse. Please just let me go. And thank you, though. Got it now.
She's soldering. Having trouble. I could just take the weight off that piece of wire. Yeah, get off there. You're there. Oh, don't mess with it. Oh, you got a little tit on there? Okay.
We're good now.
Watch out with it. Scaring me. Okay, I'll turn it back down.
Couple degrees.
Yeah, it's back down. It goes up pretty quickly. Oh, it slid on from that side. So you're still good. Bring a big pineapple upside down cake to share. Come by and get a piece. That's what all the diabetics need. Man, that sounds good. I think I reached my life's allotment of sweet stuff. But thank you anyway. Why don't you just get the heat guns right over there? You don't like the heat gun?
It's noisy.
Noisy heat gun. Well,
okay, we'll do the heat gun. Once I get them all together, I'll do the heat gun.
okay, yeah.
Time to turn it back up.
Oh, turn it back up?
Mhm.
Oh, because you're going to solder again?
I'm gonna solder again.
Okay, it's up to soldering temperature now.
Where's my piece of wire? Where's my piece of wire?
Well, this thing's being real persnickety. Tim's got a soldering pipe. Oh, dizzy Izzy. My wife's type 2 diabetic. Yeah, me too. I probably was for a long time, didn't know it, but it was diagnosed in '07. And there's times I wasn't real strict about my diet, and it hurt me. And so now I am strict about my diet, and I have some permanent damage, but I feel better than I did a year ago. You have any flux?
You don't need to worry about the flux. I put flux on there. It's good.
It's a flux capacitor. You don't need flux?
No, it's already been fluxed. Already pretty fluxed.
Izzy, the thing that made the biggest difference was I lost 100 pounds. Can you imagine? I see pictures of me from out at a place, and man, that's me. It's like, that's huge. But that was in '07. I lost 100 pounds in '07, and I've kept most of it off. So, is that pineapple cake made in Australia? Oh, because it's upside down? See, I picked up on that one. Tava wants to know if it was made
Do I
there.
have the standard electrical meter, or do you not have it?
I do not have... Oh, yeah, I do have it. Ian Marston. How you doing? He says, hi, hi. Oh, this isn't the...
Let me just.
This isn't it. This is the really nice one. Well, it's a right side up cake for Tavo. I can't believe I picked up on that.
Hey, do me a favor.
Yeah.
You got the meter?
Which meter? Yep.
Electrical meter.
No, I said I got the wrong one. Where's the one I had? Where is it?
That little meter right there works. What's wrong with that one? You don't want to use that one.
It's kind of a pain in the ass. Oh, what's that thing? Ew. It's gone.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean the other meter's right here somewhere, I think. I think it is. I don't know. I'm digging. Digging for a meter. No, the other meter's not here. You know where it went? I thought the other meter was right behind me, but I don't see it there either. Okay, I guess I'll use this one. I don't know what happened to the other meter. Now we had another meter. Yeah, this one's... Okay, what do we want? Volts? What do you want? What are you looking for? Continuity, volts? What are you looking for?
Continuity.
Continuity. That's what this doesn't do nicely. Oh.
Okay. Volts, though. 12 volts.
I'm trying to figure out how to use this stupid thing. So all I ever use this for is amps. Volts, volts. Volts, DC. I think that's DC. So that's why I like this. I don't really like that meter a lot for
Okay, make sure neither one of these two blue wires... Wait, no. Make sure these two wires have no voltage on either one.
which two?
So just give me black.
Oh, it's tangled.
Got it. Okay. Just make sure that here it's triggering. Just make sure there's no voltage on either one of these. So just
What about
send
this
both
end?
of those.
Oh,
Look for
to either
12
one?
volts. Shouldn't be any voltage.
No voltage. No voltage.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Put that back on there. I want to make sure the meter works. See, this meter doesn't.
It was working. You just
It
didn't
doesn't,
wait.
but it doesn't tell you shit.
Stick it on there. Stick it on there. Again.
What do I have? Kim, it doesn't make any sense.
All right.
It said like 0.17. What the hell is that? I know, you don't have any patience with
Don't have a
doing it right. Okay, so rather than doing it right, we're going to do it wrong, and you don't have any patience,
do
so we're not going to
something
do
even
it.
if it's wrong.
Do something even if it's
Our motto.
wrong.
Our motto tonight.
Okay, so this meter,
See what
it's
the
not
chart-
what it's meant for.
Yeah, I know. It's a piece of shit.
We're trying to use it for something that it's not meant for.
Good for shorts. It's really it's all for show. Everything we own is junk.
It's the wrong tool.
Put it on.
What happened to the other meter? There is another meter. Who else is here? Robert Owens here. I'm like not paying attention because I'm paying attention to other stuff. Okay, I'm gonna go find search and destroy here. Where's the meter? What happened to the meter?
I might have put it in one of those side drawers on this box.
Here it is, right here. Right where you thought you put it.
Probably where it went.
Okay, so now we can check this. You don't have anything there anymore. So you no longer want to check it. You moved on without checking it. What was important a minute ago?
It's a fast-paced business.
Fast pace. We just skip steps when they're
When
not
they're
quite as fast
inconvenienced.
as you want.
That's how you get it.
Just
And
skip the step.
skip the steps.
See, I'm a pilot. You don't skip steps because then you don't live to tell about it.
Manage the checklist. Checklist is
Okay, I'm down to 2.8. What is this? Big Mike. Doing well. He lost about 60 pounds. Big Mike. Big Mike.
Big Mike Hoopty's barn. Good
Oh,
job,
okay.
Big Mike. Big Mike's been losing weight
Okay.
by eating lots of meat
Dizzy is, he says he's down to 280 from 348. 348. Oh man, but that's great, man. I went from 260 down to 160.
Was Big Mike here, or was Dizzy just talking about him?
It was Tim. Tim was talking about him.
Right. We love Big Mike. We love to see it. Big Mike taking care of himself, taking his health seriously. We want to see.
You know what I've been doing? I've been looking at the menu for Lambert's, trying to figure out what I can eat that I won't be cheating. Because it's real easy to cheat there, you know.
Oh, it is.
One throat roll. I can't do that.
It's like 1,000 carbs.
It's like 1,000 milligrams of carbohydrates. Even the breaded okra, I had a couple pieces. See, I'd have like 2 or 3 pieces of that. Then it's hard to stop. But there's salads. There's all kinds of stuff I can have there. And then there's things that come with fries and stuff. I just don't have to eat the fries. Let's see here. Because it says I eat 1 time a day. Sucks. You know what? I eat more than that. But I eat stuff like, I don't know, do you like okra? I just eat okra, or I'll eat green beans, or I'll eat a whole head of lettuce. You know how many grams of carbs are in that? Nothing. I mean, you eat a head of lettuce, or cut it in half. Eat one in the morning and the other in the afternoon. Put some zero carb dressing on it. You'll lose weight. I don't know. I like that kind of. I'm lucky. I like that kind of food. So, Robert Owens sent you an update email on the old D150 Slant 6. That is me that you sent that to. I can't check it here, but when I get home, I will. And then on Tuesday night, we'll do a short, probably an hour or so on Tuesday night. I don't know if I'll get to all the pictures, because it's kind of a special week, you know, because Wednesday morning we're leaving to go to No Name. But when we get back, we'll have a real good Tuesday night when we get back. It was important a minute ago. Yeah, that's right. In an Air Force airplane one time, a pilot goes like this. They're having troubles with the checklist. The air conditioning wasn't working right. Hot as hell in there. The guys just strip their clothes up. They don't have their flight suits on, bare-chested. Guy takes a checklist and he goes, F this, and he threw it over his shoulder. And I'm like, oh, man. I hope we get this thing on the ground in one piece. He just threw the whole checklist away. Robert Owen down from 370 to 336 over the last month and a half. Atkins. Yep, whatever diet works for you. The Atkins didn't work well for me. Well, for one thing, I don't know, I just didn't like it that much. What I lost with was eating just shredded up vegetables and things, and kept the portions way down. When I lost all that weight, once a week I'd have a little piece of chicken. And other than that, I was just eating vegetables. Camped out beside the Blue Goose last year.
That's Big Mike Hoopty Barnes' vehicle. Big Mike has been he's working on his Green Goblin this year.
There's no way. Eating healthy at Lambert's. The huge pots of food they keep in. Yeah, I just don't take any. I see it all and I want it. I just don't take any of it. I get something. I mean, like the first year we were there, Kim got chicken, and it was like somebody said, "Is that a whole chicken?" She goes, "Well, I don't think it has any wings on it." It's just a huge piece of meat, you know. But you can eat some chicken, or I might do something like that. You just can't have fried food, and you know, all the what do they call them, the pass-arounds?
Yeah, they're all.
Oh, that is. I mean, you'd go in there and you could gain. Yeah, I could gain 20 pounds in there when I have my carbs off scale, but I won't do it.
Good, don't do it.
I mean, I'll go to Lambert's and I'll find something that's good. What's your vector, Victor? Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I'm pretty strict about checklists on flying. Working in R&D, we'd have a new airplane that we're getting to the point where we're going to have to deploy it. Well, even while we're flight testing it, you've got to work out checklists for the flight testing. So you just do the best you can writing checklists, and then they're always subject to change, and really have to work them out well. And then when you start training the first pilots that are going to go fly them, like in a squadron, you have to have checklists for them, and they're still subject to change to a certain extent, but they got to follow them. Takes a long time to get checklists to the point where they're really workable and safe. Shredded cabbage and stir fry worked well for me. It's Robert Owen. I just got to get below. What happened?
I bumped the table.
Oh, I felt something go in my armpit.
Did I hit you?
Yeah, it was something, but it didn't. It felt soft. It didn't feel like the hot end of that thing.
It was.
I just got to get below 3 Hondo. Get that to an eat right stage. 3 Hondo. I'm not sure what that is. Sounds dumb, but below 300, I can start my training again. Knees and hips hurt too bad. Yeah, Kim doesn't have a weight problem. So I wish I was thin as Kim. When I worked in the aircraft plant, my office was up above, overlooked the whole factory. So I up and down these stairs, and I was heavy. My feet hurt all day going up and down those steps. And after I lost all that weight, my feet didn't hurt anymore. I was in the store and I saw a big old sirloin steak, this huge piece of meat, and it was 25 pounds, and I picked it up. I could hardly carry that thing, and I thought, man, I was carrying around 4 times this with me around my belly all the time. It's like, oh my God, no wonder my feet hurt. Kim needs to eat a few cheeseburgers.
I do not need to eat any more. I mean, I enjoy a cheeseburger occasionally, but...
Oh, my diet would be pretty horrifying. Going a chronic undereater. We eat a lot of meat and we eat a lot of vegetables, and the vegetables, Kim will eat stuff that's higher carbs. Like, what did you eat? Beans, some kind of beans the other.
I put red beans on my salad last night.
Red beans, and I was gonna put a few, and as soon as I saw how many carbs, I didn't have any. I put them back.
Wouldn't have been all right. But
I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, I get you. Just saying.
JB, Robert on. Normally, I do like curvy women, but Kim is finer. Frogs, hair, split 4-way.
Would you find me one of those?
Thinks you're hot. Thinks you're hot. What do you want?
I'm all right.
This is a 15 amp fuse. Why are you handing it to me?
You could find me a 20.
20? Oh, that's what you do when things pop. You always put a next higher fuse.
Bigger fuse.
I'm trying to get Kim to put circuit breakers like an airplane. She's not want to do that. Here you go. Here's a 20. Oh, is it any good? Yeah, I think it's good.
Thank you.
So, the advantage of circuit breaker is you push them in and there's power flowing through them. Pull them out, you shut the circuit off. And if they pop out, of course, it shuts the circuit off. But if they pop out, you find the problem, you push them back in. And you know what happens to these stupid things? You put another one and it blows, and you put another one, it blows, and finally you find the problem. Now you're out of them, and it's some rainy night, and you're out in the middle of some muddy hole, and you're out of fuses. Breaker, you're never out of fuses. Just push the breaker in again. But they're a little pricey. Where were you working? My brother was the wing commander at Edwards 5 years ago. I was working out on a test site at Yuma Proving Ground, YPG. Similar to Edwards, except we didn't get taxed as bad as the Californians. Same kind of thing. and some other places. I was in Maryland for a while, and in England at Farnborough, but mostly I was near Yuma, Arizona, out there in the desert. I ate like a bird, a small carnivorous bird. That's all. Gyro power. Is that like hero, however you pronounce it? That kind of gyro? Like, it's really good sandwiches that I'm probably not. I ate one. Kim, you have to have a cheat day at No Name Nationals.
Oh yeah,
they
I'll
have great
cheeseburger there.
You know what? I'll have a cheeseburger there too.
Ow! Burn my head!
Burned your head?
I really did. Stabbed myself with a scalding hot wire. Damn it!
I will eat a cheeseburger at No Name. But you know, one bun, if I'm walking around, I'll burn that off.
Yeah.
And then at Lambert's, I just have to, that's why I was looking at their menu, so I know what I can, and I know there are a couple things in there I can do it without breaking my diet. Heading out Monday, Tennessee, then to No Name. Auto Salvage Outlaws. You're headed out Monday. Yeah, we're going to head out of here Wednesday.
Yeah, we don't got to leave that early.
Danny boy, Breaker 19. Breaker 19. Now, it's like Circuit Breaker or like CB Breaker? I signed up for 6 years. Go submarine duty. Did 3 years. Got chased out. Normally it takes 10 to 12 years to get sub duty. A bunch of lieutenants and chiefs started leaking crap to stop me. Wow. I knew a guy that spent his whole time in the Navy on and off subs. He served on 4 different subs, and then he served some shore duty. But he retired out of the Navy. But you know, now he's quite a bit younger than me. Retired out of the Navy. And now he's almost blind. He can't even drive anymore. Something happened to his eyes. Not service related, but he can get around, walk around a grocery store with him. He's okay. Can't see any details. Cannot drive. Really sucks. Good guy though. Really good guy. Guy that I worked with him for years on the phone. Never met him, and one day they sent him out to Yuma, and he walked in and introduced himself, and that was really weird. Seeing a guy that you'd known for 10 years probably on the phone and emails, and walks in and you see what he looks like. J Rose. Kim, be careful. Don't do things I would do.
Yeah.
Probably set my fire on. I'll get it out yet. Probably set my hair on fire by now. Auto Salvage Outlaws here. If you just have to walk down to the finish line a couple of times, and you can cheat a little at Lambert's. What I've learned is I might pick one cheat once in a while, and I'll tell you this trip, it's going to be the burger at the concession stand, because those are outstanding.
I think we were really hungry too. When we
And of course we were really hungry. The other thing I've noticed in the last year, I can't walk as far as I used to. I'm going to struggle with that a little bit.
Wearing you out.
And it's just, I don't know what it is. Age thing, I guess. I don't know. I have no choice. Have to stop and have a day of rest where I can make it. All right, have a good night. Who's that? Oh, Robert Owen? I think Robert's taking off. When are you leaving out? Oh, you got a whole bunch of stuff all tacked together.
You want me to explain it to you?
You can't explain that mess.
This signal here.
What does this do? Big old pigtail rock hard wires that go nowhere. Okay, you gotta put it in front of the camera.
Oh jeez.
You're not gonna explain it to me. You can explain it to everybody. You don't want to do that, do you? Could be the heat too. Oh man, I'm immune to heat. After working in Yuma, Arizona for 10, out on the flight line 10 years, out there for 13 or 14. If I can find it, I'll bring my President's Award I earned in boot camp out of 1,500 men in Company 135. Where'd you go to boot camp? My Cap, we leaving Tuesday, but arriving Sykeston Wednesday before dark. Okay, Kim, I'm sorry. I was like ignoring you. Are you going to put a camera on this?
No, not.
Why not?
I don't know. I need a break.
Okay, I'm going to turn your soldering machine down.
Yeah, turn that off.
Off.
I think.
Well, if you got to turn it on. I mean, it turns right on, you know.
Yeah. Sounds.
San Diego. You know, the guy that did the submarine duty that I talked about, he came out there to Yuma and we worked together a little bit. We got along real well. And we went over to San Diego and we went through, remember they had that Russian sub there. And we went, it was on display. And we went, and that submarine's gone now. Well, we walked through that, and then there's American submarine, and we walked through that. And this guy told me everything. I mean, he's a submarine guy. It was really interesting to walk through submarines with a guy that knew what he was doing. Auto Savage Alice, can't wait to meet y'all and hang out. Danny Boy, not on off, on it.
We're gonna have a great time. We can't wait to see everyone. Yeah. I mean, darn.
He sounds like a good time in general. Oh, well, you're not going, are you? I think you said you couldn't go or you weren't going or something. Getting that S10. Oh, thought they made that Russian sub into like a restaurant. No, that Russian sub had outlived its time there. It was supposed to be there for a year, and it was there for like 5 years. I went through it twice, and then it got scrapped. It went to somewhere in Mexico, Baja California, I think, and they scrapped it. It was no longer seaworthy, and it was it was in the water there in San Diego. Generals are only in the Army. While going through my schools, I worked shore patrol up on Point Loma above the sub base for 2 years. See, I don't really know where that is, but I could guess. You know the place I like to hang out at, I don't like California a lot because it's so expensive, but, it's a nice place. Politically, it's not a nice place because it's just crazy. Too many rules, too many regulations, too expensive. But, geographically, it's a nice place. And what was the name of the place that I used to go to? There's a beach there I like. Yeah, no chance of making it. Might have to race one-eyed cat. Kim, time for me to call it a night. I have to wake the dog up and give her the evil eye. No, just let the dog sleep till she wakes you up. Okay, take care. Have a good night. I can't think of the name of that place. Torrey Pines. I used to hang out on the beach at Torrey Pines. Yes. The only thing it costs you is if you want to use their parking lot, which I did. We had to pay for the parking, but as a place in California to go, that was pretty cheap. You just walk on the beach. It's a nice place. This is One-Eyed Cat. Good evening. We got to start packing up before we leave. Oh, they're talking to each other. I know, dear. Yeah, Kim was telling me we got to start packing, and I'm like, I kind of got a list on my phone. Packing light, remember? Last time I went to Oregon, I packed light, but then I bought stuff there. So I packed up a big old box and I shipped it back FedEx ground. And I beat it home, but I didn't want to carry all that. Probably overrun by homeless now. You know, Torrey Pines isn't. Torrey Pines got all these expensive houses up on the hill. Then down on the beach is long, straight beach. It's a nice place to walk. Kim, what you doing?
I am drill a hole for the wires.
Drill a hole for the wires. She's got this contraption here. I think I disappointed her when I didn't want to know how it worked. I wanted to show everybody, not just me. Shrink. It's like a red straw. Saved a sailor's life. Found him passed out. I thought he was dead. Called medics and his heart was beating. One time every 3 minutes. Oh my God. Medics got credit and award for it. Wow. Alcohol. I think the biggest magnet California has for me is Mulholland Drive, even though the bastards put up speed bumps. I guess I can be your victim as long as we drink a beer together and laugh. You know, it's Torrey Pines where I saw that they are lifeguards there, and I saw a young guy lifeguard come down out of his perch up there. I mean, that guy came down so fast, ran into the water and started swimming. He's just making a beeline out there. I'm watching. And it was a woman way out there, and he grabbed her and got her in some kind of a hold and brought her back, and she was coughing and wheezing, and he had her on the beach. It's like, man, and he saw her way out there. I was amazed how quickly he got out there too. I love Mission Beach. Big curved bay, beautiful. Huh. I'm not much of a beach guy, but I did kind of like Torrey Pines walking along there. But, you know, I'd rather be other places. At an airport, not so much anymore. I don't do that anymore. But, you know, drag strip. Rather be there than a beach. You like that tool, don't you?
Works.
Works well, doesn't it? The other thing, you know, you can use that in the middle of a wire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see.
You can land a plane on a drag strip. Oh man, there's a drag strip in California.
Boy, you'd have to stop quick, wouldn't you?
What is it? It's man, it's up just north of Bakersfield. I can't think of the name right now, but on the aeronautical charts right there, there's a warning. It says, do not land on the drag strip. Because there's an airport, and the airport and the drag strip run the same direction. They're parallel, and they're pretty close. But on the chart, it says, do not land on the drag strip. And there's another place in Ohio that's like that. And it's a private field. It's a grass strip, and it's right near a drag strip. And it says right on there, oh, and that's at, God, what's the name of the place in Northeast Ohio? Oh, I can't think of it. Pretty good drag strip. But it says right on there, do not land on the drag strip on the aeronautical charts. On a date, the girl I was with went over a small dam, knocked her out. I jumped in to save her. And if other people weren't there, I would have died. Pomona. No, it's not Pomona. Oh, what's the place? It's up north of Bakersfield. It is called... Oh, I should know the name of that. I should know the name of that. And the one in Ohio, I should know that too, because I lived right near there. I could hear the cars running there on my from my shop. Okay, let's see if I can find the... Now I gotta find it on my phone. You know, as soon as I see it, I'll feel like an idiot that I couldn't remember it. Waiting. It's in Kern County, I know that. Famoso. It's a drag strip at Famoso. If any of you know where that is.
Mimosa.
Famoso. Famoso. Famoso drag strip. And I don't know, they have pretty good events there. The one in Ohio was it's also one that I should know. Really close to where I lived. Thompson Raceway. Well, the Gimli glider. You know about that? The Gimli gliders. The 767 that ran out of gas landed on a drag strip. And then, you know, the funny part about that was pre-cell phone days. They got out and had to walk to a phone booth and call a company and tell them they were parked their airliner on a drag strip. Everybody was okay, but they had a landing gear, nose gear was not all the way down. And that was some mix-up with, it's a Canadian airliner. It was some mix-up with gallons and liters or something. There was a big, long story on that. But it was more complicated than I thought it was at the beginning. It wasn't that simple, but that's kind of what it came down to. Went to Pomona for the Nationals in 1984, met Shirley Muldowney. Got some good pics of her and her car. Man, that's 40 years ago. 84 to me. I guess a lot happened since then, obviously. No, it was an Imperial gallon. It was a liters. It's a liters gallons thing, I think. But see, an airliner, you're looking at pounds of fuel. Maybe it was some conversion with pounds and kilograms and liters and gallons or something, and they, after all the conversions, they got it wrong.
It's a shame.
Yeah, occasionally there's a refueling accident from something that if you thought about it for 1 minute, you'd think, how could that happen? And then it happens. Story I want to tell about running out of fuel, but I can't. And it wasn't me.
You better not then.
Yeah, it was just one of those kind of errors where something happens and somebody thinks they have enough fuel and it's not even close because of a error. Then the airplane gets real quiet.
Ooh.
Oh, Savage Outlaw, you haven't watched my latest vids. Got some stuff going on, buddy. Kim, you walked off with your contraption.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to show it. I wanted you to show it. It's a big mess of wires, just like every car. You take the wires out of the car, it's a big mess of wires. When it's in the car and it's installed, it's all neat and clean. Oh, Savage Outlaw. Dizzy, no, I haven't watched much. Too much going on. Yeah, you know, this last week, I like to watch YouTube, but I haven't watched nearly as much as I usually do. And of course, I can't watch all the automotive stuff. There's way too much content.
I think that much content's always been there. We just didn't see it.
Well, now I know everybody, or I know a lot of people, so, you know, of course I want to watch them. But then there's other things I look at too, you know. The vagrant's going from angry to hangry. So when I'm there, y'all come walk up to me. I might not know who you are. You got to tell me who you are. Because I see this on here with all these names.
Yeah, you guys got the advantage. You've seen our faces.
Put a big sticker on me, says who I am. But everybody knows who I am. Danny Boyd cat videos. I have watched a couple of those. A couple of shorts with cats doing something stupid, but you can only watch so much of that. Auto Salvage Outlaw just now getting back on the phone, so can't really see that good. Just now getting back on phone, so can't really see that good. One of Junk Car Willie's in here. A lot of times Junk Car Willie's in here just hanging out. Watching on a screen that's up on the wall or something where he doesn't talk this much. Danny Boy, I never get tired of watching cats do stupid stuff. Oh, the noise just stopped. Kim turned the air conditioner off.
Yeah. In 5 minutes it'll be hot again. Right now.
Auto Salvage Outlaw, Dizzy, still sick. It's something I have to live with. Oh. Doesn't sound good. Yeah, I don't fly anymore. Just cheated death long enough. Kim, there's a thing here. I don't even know what it is. One-eyed cat. I've never met a cat that wasn't an idiot. Dizzy Izzy should be making 500 horsepower if it stays together. Kim's got something. Who knows what this is? It's got things on it like a fuse, but obviously this isn't a fuse. I should probably know what that is. Something that goes in newer cars. Newer meaning 30 years or newer.
AC, and that's probably a delay.
Oh, it was hooked to the AC. Oh, it's like a slow blow fuse.
I'm guessing, yeah, I don't know.
We had those in aircraft. When I first started learning to fly, we had things called slow blow fuses. When they actually had fuses like cars did. But that was when I first started flying. I first started flying in 1969. That was a while ago.
Stuff, missing parts, losing my mind.
You're losing your mind. Kim says she's losing her mind. Buick Smith, hello. Man, what did I just see? Something with you, Buick Smith. What did I just see with Buick Smith? I watched a video. Something that surprised me. Oh, it was a 1961 Ford police car that you were walking around. I just watched that video. Just watch it before we walked up here to... we ate before we came up here, and while I was eating, I watched that video. So where was that at? Oh, Dean Stevenson's here. UFOs don't use them. What, slow blow fuses? Yeah, I like circuit breakers. I've got some circuit breakers down there. I've got two kinds of circuit breakers I like. The little push button ones, like they use in aircraft. What do they call those? I can't think of offhand. And then the little white lever ones that are meant for marine application. I really like those. And I've thought about putting those in the car. But I might use the push button ones. They're both about the same price. Danny Boyd, Andy Griffith, yeah. It looked like some Andy Griffith that I have. It was a 61. Oh, Hazen Ribs and Rides show last week. Yeah, you walked around this 61 Ford, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. Well, I saw it. I barely saw the front end, and then I saw the inside, and the dashboards on 60, 61, and 62 are very much alike. So I looked at it, I thought, man, that's either 61 or 2, but I didn't know. And then I had to turn the video back so I could see, and it was a 61. Dean coming, I'm picking him up. Birmingham Airport. Dean's coming into Birmingham Airport. Dan Silicaka. I don't know who that is. Buffalo? Exactly. I might be 12 months late, though. You know, Dean, if you made the 2025 No Name Nationals, I'm sure you'd get an award for the person that traveled the furthest. And that would be really cool if you showed up. Oh, and Estavo shows up at the same time. Then we'll be measuring who's closer, who's further. And we'll go by a Great Circle route. That'll just be a high amp circuit breaker. Dude Smith, today, was it Zap Motor maybe? I don't know. Day's car show. Lawnmower, tractor pulls, RC, car racing, food, fire drill contest, much more. Fire drill contest. You know, when I was a kid, I lived in Brookings, South Dakota, and they used to have a fireman's muster. And that's where the firemen had come out and they did all this competitive fireman stuff. The whole town would show up for that. It was pretty interesting stuff. I don't know if that's a Midwest thing or if that's like a 1950s and 60s thing. I'll see Chrysler use some of those self-reset. Yeah, we'd all like to see Dean. See Dean the Machine flog his rental car down it. You have to get a rental car where he drives from the wrong side of the damn car. Oh, man. Have to take him out and drive him around a little bit so he drives from the left side of the car, right side of the road. Of course, on a drag strip, it doesn't make any difference. JB, exactly, used for power windows and power seats and the like. It would need to be measured in kilometers, right? At least you keep your oaths. I don't know what that's about. Oh yeah, they have those mail carrier. Our mail carrier drives a Jeep from the right side with the left-hand drive car. He sits over there and just drives like that, and that they train him to do that. I think that's borderline on dangerous, but they never seem to have accidents when they're trained to do that. It just seems weird to do that. I will check out my Valiant, but popular down there, I understand. Okay, this is the old fire drill where you had to come to a stop and switch drivers, then go again. Fastest wins. Okay. You know, those firemen's muster, they used to have, they had all kinds of stuff. They had climbing and they had all kinds of crazy stuff. It was really interesting. And of course, they had big cookout. And it was a whole event, you know, it was all day long event. It was a fun thing. But I was 11 years old and 12 years old when I lived there. So, of course, it's interesting. Buick Smiths. They also had a car there, had reverse steering. Turn right to go left, left. Oh, so you had to go, like, think from the bottom. Danny boy, I want a suicide knob, I think. And some driver pedals on the right. A suicide knob, that's the old, what do they call those things? Brody knob. The big old knob. When I was a kid, all the old men had a knob on their steering wheel. I guess that was the in thing. And then the young guys, they called it a Brody knob because they go out, spin around. They called that a Brody. That's like 1950s stuff. I remember my grandfather had one of those knobs. He had a 51 Dodge, 3 in a tree, flathead, 6, you know. And he had a knob on the steering wheel, and that's how he drove with the knob. My mom was a mail carrier. Once she had to take her own car as none were available. She drove my 69 Pontiac hearse that day on SS. I checked that day too. You had a 69 Pontiac hearse. Did you have that at No Name? Is that the one that was at No Name?
That's Irish Outlaw Garage.
Oh, so
Her
JB.
Her first responder had a real ambulance. I think that was Irish Outlaw.
So what is it, JB? Do you still have this hearse? Those things seem to show up at events. I had a friend that had a 59 Cadillac ambulance that was red and white, and it looked just like the Ghostbusters one, but that was 10, maybe 20 years before Ghostbusters came out. And we used to ride around that thing when we were teenagers. Giant thing with big fins on the back of it. Big rudders.
Rudders.
Make sure that ambulance goes straight. Oh, not mine. That was 30 years ago. Had a factory 428 HO. That's what it needed to make it go, right? Dizzy Izzy, taking off. Take care. I'll see you on I don't know, whenever you get there, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever.
Thursday.
We'll probably be there late Wednesday, but I don't know. We'll definitely be at the track on Thursday. Well, just had a quick look. 65, our 65 AP6 was based heavily on that. Kim, what you doing? She's quiet in there. She's thinking. I know you're probably deep in thought.
Checking things out. Trying to figure out this wiring. Slowly coming together here. I got power. I don't know. Should I just put this on a switch or should I put it on a...
I'm not sure what you're doing. Put what on a switch?
Oh, they use extra accessories.
What extra accessories you? Okay, I got into them because our local funeral director was a Pontiac drag racer. He ran the ambulance service back in the 60s. He got a 66 Pontiac hearse ambulance with tri-power 421 and 4-speed. Well, that must have been something. We've got a funeral home here that has a 1957 Chevy ambulance sitting out front. You probably see it online, but it's a really nice thing. What night we eat at Lambert's? Thursday night, and John backed it up an hour. I think it's 5 o'clock in the evening now. So we all drive over there at 5 o'clock, and then they're kind of have an impromptu car show in the parking lot, and they let us do that. They love it. And then we all go inside and stand in line and eat. And you stand in line for a while, but you stand in line with a bunch of carpet guys, so you just, it seems to go quickly. Said that 7,400-pound behemoth would blow the doors off its 65 GTO. Really? I wonder how low geared it was. Back then, the hearse and ambulance were the same car and a lot of... Yep, I remember that. I remember the ambulance service where I lived when I was a little kid had a hearse, and they had a couple of ambulances, and they looked very much the same. And I told this joke last night because I had my tonsils out when I was 4. It was 1958, and looking out the window, I saw a Cadillac ambulance out there with probably about a 53 or 4, where the back fender goes whoop up like this. There's a little taillight up there. And I thought it was a Henry J. Because the Henry J kind of looks like that in the back. And I told my mother, and she goes, "No, that's a Cadillac." So that was the day I learned what a Cadillac was. 54,000 miles, all original paint, glass, etc. Ordered to delete everything for racing. Yeah, a hearse shifter. I know people say a Hurst shifter or a hearse, or they wrote in a Hurst. This time you're actually right. It's a hearse shifter. Meat wagon. Yeah, that's what I used to call them back then. Meat wagon. Throw something in the back and go like hell. When I was in Russia, I looked in one of the ambulances they had. They were little funny looking little, like a minivan looking thing, and they had 4 little blue lights on the top on each corner. And I went over there and looked inside, and there was no equipment in it. It was just an empty van and a stretcher. And that's what they did. Just throw somebody in there and go like hell. Hertz. Like, yeah, like if it were AC. 60 hertz. That'd be some fast shifting. AM/FM radio. Dean Steve Same and Danny Boy, that's what Neanderthal people from the netherworld call them here too. Yeah, Cadillac converters. Yeah, there's a guy next door to me in a muffler shop, a kid that worked in there, not the guy that owned the place, but kid that worked in there, he used to call them Cadillac converters. Yeah, you can put that on there and convert your exhaust into a Cadillac. He was the guy that built this ladder we have here. That tubing ladder we have in here somewhere. That's a guy that used to call it a Cadillac converter. He built that. Not a very good welder, actually. He did that with a torch and pretty rough looking. Kim's in there. She's thinking about what she's doing.
I'm under the dash.
Doing the work under the dash.
Yeah.
That's my least favorite place to work in a car. Under the dash.
Ah, now my arm is backwards. Get it out.
Her arm is backwards.
Ow. Okay. Got it.
Are you able to get out, or do I have to go remove the dash?
I'm good. I'm just enjoying the shit out of myself from here. It's so much fun.
Yeah, Elderbrock. You know who says that? Elderbrock. That's who's the guy in Canada with the dyno? Kim, who's the guy in Canada with the dyno?
Nick.
Nick's Garage.
Yep.
Nick's Garage always says Elderbrock. And he knows better, because every once in a while he'll correct himself. But then the next time he'll say Elderbrock again. It's kind of funny. One-eyed cat, I'm about headed out. Need to get more packing done for tomorrow. Hey, you know what? You're an hour later where you're. It's 1 o'clock in the morning when you are. Okay, one-eyed cat. Thanks for stopping by.
I think I might not allow you to. Maybe I'll give you another half hour. Is all I'm giving you, and then you have to be done and you have to do some work around.
I have to be done. Do some work around here.
Yeah, you can't just have fun streaming all the time.
I'm just streaming. She wants me to get up and work.
Talking to all your friends and streaming.
I'll have to. Yeah, elderberry wine. Yeah, we have to pour the oil in. Put the oil filter on. Pour the oil in. What else? Oh, we got it tomorrow. We got to pull the car out and drain the cooling system and rinse it out, wash it out, flush it out with water, and then put a little of this Stay Clean in it. He only whines when I sin. Thanks for the late live. Yeah, that's kind of what we've turned into here is the late show. I'll sleep good tonight. Yeah, I wonder sometimes I see all these people in here and nobody's chatting anymore. It's like, did they all fall asleep? Danny Boyd says, I drank too much meat and got run over by an ox cart. Too much meat. Okay. Take a few pain relief pills. Amish people don't drink meat. Meat. I avoid meds except my maintenance drugs. Man, that's how I am. I've got stuff I have to take for blood pressure and for diabetes. And everything else I try to avoid it unless I really have to have it. I already take too much. What happens behind the barn stays behind the barn. Sometimes in the privy. How about, I used to love regularly hanging upside down under the dash when I was 20. And the last bad job I did under the dash was in a Mercury, it's the Taurus, but it's a Mercury Sable. And I was trying to get somebody to do the heater core, and I was in Geneva, Ohio, and it was a shop there that was kind of a big, well-known shop, good reputation. I went in there, and a woman that's a service manager, I talked to her, and she goes, "Oh, I don't know if we're going to want to do that. Let me go back and talk to his technicians." Well, her husband was one of the guys that worked back there, and he goes, "No, we're not doing it," because they gave like, I don't know, it was like 9 hours or something to remove and replace the heater core, and he goes, "I don't want the job." Go up to the Ford dealer. Well, the Ford dealer basically told me the same thing, and I went back to the first shop and kind of begged with her, and she goes, "Listen," she goes, I said, "I've done these things myself and I hate doing them," and she goes, "Well, I'll tell you what you do." She goes, "The first thing is you take the front seat out and flip it over into the back, and then," she goes, "you'll have room to work, and then pull the center pedestal out with the radio and all that stuff in it." And she just went through and told me what to do, and I thought, yeah, I know how to do it. But I never thought about taking the seat out and flipping it over the back seat. So I did that, and that made it a lot easier than trying to work between the seat and the floor. And I was kind of glad she said that, because I ended up doing the job, but it did make it a little easier. Okay, I already did that when I was 20. Yeah. Adam's Family Valiant behind the dash service. Barn full of catnip. What is all this going on? Kim, it's probably actually a lot nicer in there because you cleaned that carpet all up and got a new seat in there. That car was ravaged in there before,
It's pretty dirty.
and now it's clean.
Yeah.
Dean, sorry, Buff. I'm just replying in suit to Danny Boyd. Yeah, I mean, there's something going on there. I lost my. I know what I did here. Put a jacket on top of my light. No wonder I got dark in here. That was a mistake. Might light me up a little bit better. I got really dark on this side, and I'd thrown a jacket over top of the light.
This is hard work.
Dust Devil Garage. Howdy, Buff. Howdy, Kim.
Hey.
Yeah, Kim's here. She's been underneath the dashboard working. She was up here for a while, but she's wiring thing.
I'm hammering away trying to get this done.
Buick Smith. Okay, I'm out again, guys. Have to go edit some shorts. Yeah, isn't that fun? Have a good night. Take care.
Thanks for stopping in.
Still
We'll
garage.
be here all week. Maybe not.
Dust Devil Garage. Thank goodness you're here. Danny Boyd and I were misbehaving. Philosopher. Oops. Philosophers retracted philosophers. Dust Devil Garage. Well, I drove the Duster today. I'm ready.
Oh,
Excellent.
nice. Did you get any video, or was it just doing it for the home team?
Well, Kim, we were gonna put a filter on, pour oil in this thing. It seems to have some other minor thing, and you took on a whole big old electrical project that I didn't know about. So what, have you disabled the car, or are you? Because we're running out of time, and now you got a big old job going.
It is not disabled. Not at all.
It's not disabled, okay.
No, this is all add-on stuff. And
Okay.
all right now, all I need is a signal wire to the relay, and then this fuse panel will be live when the key turns on. And then I'll be able to start wiring things off of it, like the tachometer and the ignition system.
Ah, the tack. Dust Devil Garage. Nope, no video. I forgot to hand the camera to my dad. You know what happens here? Dust Devil Garage. This is what happens. I'll come up here and I'll start working on something, and Kim's like, stop. You know? The job is not to get the job done. The job is to get the video done.
Yeah, our job is to be an entertainer, and if you don't video,
goes,
you're not entertaining.
What are you doing when you're not doing the video? I go, ooh. Yeah, I gotta not work on the car. I gotta do the video.
Yeah, says me who is not doing that.
Yeah, you didn't do that tonight, did
I've
you?
not done any recording tonight. I don't know how you can make wiring interesting. I've seen people try, and yeah, it's not. It's miserable. I mean, it's difficult, but it's not that difficult. But to make it interesting, I mean, it's tedious.
Your car's still in the Palestinian commando position.
I don't know what that means.
When you brought this nasty piece of metal over, but that worked well, and then you threw all the little pieces on the ground.
All little pieces.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
shrink tubing and
Everything's on the ground.
oh, there's a huge mess on the ground.
I know. I need a break. I wore myself out.
Yeah, I can tell when you get like this. I can tell you need a break. Are your hands clean? Did you wash them?
No.
You got to get all that crap off your hands.
It won't come off. It's that glue from this tape.
Let's see, Dust Devil. Yeah, I have been bad about video this year. I plan on changing that after next week. That's what we keep saying. Well, after next week, after No Name, we're going to start working on another car. But Kim and I were talking about that today, and I said, it's likely when we get back, there might be a couple of things with this car, a couple little loose ends to do, and then we're gonna get on the car that I keep calling the aluminum car. We're gonna rebody the Spitfire. We figured out why it runs out of gas, Dust Devil Garage. It ain't got no gas.
Yeah, we did fix our tank sending unit. It doesn't leak, and the gauge is accurate now. So
oh, you do have the stuff there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we're doing.
Real quick before I go, spread the word for me about drag radials. And yeah, I saw that 14 by 8 rims. That's not something I would have. But yeah. Scott Speed Shop showed an exact replica of your ride in the 1975 Direct Connection catalog. How are you doing? You're tired?
I've been crouched over trying to solder,
Okay.
and I need a break.
Had enough.
I need a break from that. Probably need to run and use the bathroom, and
Yeah, I'm getting that point too. I'm thinking we've been on here 2 hours and something.
all right, let's call it then.
I think we're gonna call it. It's been fun. People are starting to get tired and go to bed. So everybody but Dean Stevenson, because he's and Tavo, because they're hanging on the bottom of the earth. So yep, it's time to get out of here. Everybody have a good night.
Looking forward to seeing the Dust Devil Garage. Thanks for stopping in. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sorry if we missed any comments. We'll do it again real soon.